the Gospel writers in Matthew and Luke started writing about Jesus at the time of Abraham and at the time of Adam. But John, in his Gospel, starts writing about Jesus at the beginning of time and even before creation. Now, when Jesus was born, he was given a brand new name called Jesus. But what was his name before his birth? So John calls Jesus a very unique name called the LOGOS, and no one uses this name LOGOS in the whole Bible. And so what does this LOGOS mean? Why did John use this name LOGOS? Now this LOGOS means more than just word or a word. In Ephesus, where John lived and wrote and died, 600 years before John started writing this gospel, in the same location was a man by name Heraclitus. Now Heraclitus is the founder of science, and this Heraclitus had the mindset of a little boy, and so anything and everything he saw, he would ask the question, why? So why is this like this? Why is life like this? Why is that so? So he used to reason out as to why for everything in life. And this Heraclitus said, we should train our senses, our sight, our hearing and our touch to observe what is going on around us. And then we should ask why. Does something behave the way that it does? So Heraclitus was a keen observer, and he always asked why. But Heraclitus also said we should ask the same about humans. Why do humans behave the way they behave? Now, because this Heraclitus did not speak English, he called this reasoning of why LOGOS. So the LOGOS is the reason why. So always look for the LOGOS in everything. So psych LOGOS is psychology. Why does the human mind think in such a way? Now, every branch of science is only looking for a part of reality. But the writer of John's Gospel, John, he went on to say, we need to ask why behind the whole world and the whole universe. Why is this all here? What is the reason the universe was created? And the answer is Jesus. Now, all this was made by God. All the universe was made by God as a present for His Son Jesus. That's the reason why we are here. You and me are a present to Jesus from God. Now, this Logos has another face in history. Across the Mediterranean Sea, from Ephesus to Alexandria, was a university, and in that university was a combined mix of Hebrew and Greek thinking people, particularly Jews who lived in Alexandria. And many Jews were there in Alexandria, and there was one particular professor by name Philo, who was a professor of philosophy. Now, in that university, they were translating the Old Testament into Greek, and 70 Jewish scholars were involved in that project together, and that is called the Septuagint, or as it is written, LXX. So they were looking to translate the Hebrew thinking into Greek. Now this professor of philosophy, Philo, he seized on this word Logos, and he said we should not talk about Logos as it, but we should talk about Logos as he, because in Hebrew thinking, like how wisdom is personified as she, he said Logos should be personified as he in the male form. So he gave Logos a character, a male character. Now, John, the writer of John's Gospel, was able to take this a step further. And he said, take the reason of why of Heraclitus and the personifying of Philo and put that together, or combine that together, and we get the name Jesus. So this is how the word Logos, who is Jesus, came together. So may God bless this study for us.